Hey everybody, and welcome back to the My Bourbon Journey Whiskey Review channel. My name is Scott. If you're new to this channel and you're looking for reviews of different whiskeys, consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, make sure to hit the bell notification. That's simply going to alert you to when I'm doing new uploads and or live streams. So today from PM Spirits, this is going to be the Mic Drop 3.0. So this just released, I believe, the end of August 2019. So this is their newest of the lineup that they have regarding their bourbon whiskeys. So this is a mash bill of 60% corn, 36% rye, and 4% malted barley. Proof on this is going to be 112.2 proof or 56.1% ABV. It is non-chill filtered and it's bottled at barrel proof. So a lot of things that a lot of people within the whiskey community really enjoy in a whiskey. It is age stated as 4 years old. So if there are blends of older and younger, the youngest whiskey has to be named on the bottle. So MSRP on this is right around that $70 to $80 price point. If this is something that you can find, I know they do kind of come and go fairly quickly, but you know, if you do look around, there's a good chance you might be able to find a bottle of this. So what I try to do really with all or most of my reviews is we'll go through the appearance, we'll nose it, taste it, and then get into the finish part of it, and then maybe discuss anything else having to do with the whiskey or the brand itself. So, all right, so let's go ahead and we'll get into the review. So, all right, so as you can see, this is more of kind of a honey, light amber type of color. But one of the things I like to try to do is move the whiskey around in the glass for two things: to see how it's kind of coating the glass in terms of you know, how maybe viscous it is or how oily it may be, and then also to kind of, you know, allow it to start to open up a little bit. So especially with something a little bit higher proof, it's always good to allow you know, the whiskey to open up a little bit. So all right, so let's get into the nose here. So right away, it's very citrus forward. You want to get some of those, like that orange. There's even some melon in there, like a cantaloupe type of melon to it. Some green apple that's there, very citrus forward. Maybe even a little bit of like a pear note to it. Then you start to pick up some of that barrel influence, some of the oak tannin that's there. Definitely that corn that's there as well. Again, it's not a high corn by any means, more of a high rye and you are picking up, in addition to the barrel, some of that nice spice factor, that baking spice factor. Nice vanilla note there as well. Some caramel, so a little bit more of the kind of traditional bourbon notes there. It doesn't smell super young. That's one of the things, you know, with it again being age stated as 4 years, you know, you're not getting that total amount of youth kind of on the nose so far. All right, so let's get into the taste. That's the most important part. So, all right, cheers. So again, right away, I would say this is one of those bourbons or whiskeys that the palate tends to kind of match the nose. It, again, is very citrus forward. So you start to still pick up some of that orange, you know, some of the green citrus starts to kind of come out a little bit. So it's an interesting citrus combo with this one. A lot of times when you're getting that citrus note, it's either, you know, like an orange, you know, or like a, you know, an apple, not both, but this is a little bit of a blend of both. And again, some of that melon is kind of coming through in this as well. So a lot of what really, you know, palate and nose matching is always nice, because now you're kind of set up for, you know, what it is you're about ready to taste. And it's nice when you get a good nose and then the palate kind of matches that. That's always really nice. Some of that oak really starts to kind of come through with this one. So it lets you know, and again, that proof that's there, 112.2 proof, it lets you know it's a little bit of a higher proof. The second sip is always easier. The first one with high proof, can kind of, catch you a little bit there. So, take that second or third sip, really allows for more of the flavors to kind of really begin to develop. So, but again, those barrel notes, that nice oak presence is there. Really nice spice factor to it. So in addition to a little bit of the heat, that spice really starts to kind of kick in more in the mid to the back of the palate, which is nice. And again, you get that a lot of times with a high rye type of bourbon. So, but really nice. Again, some of those vanillas and the caramels, a lot of the traditional notes. But again, it's not drinking like a very young bourbon. So if there are blends of older, whiskey or bourbon in there, those are really starting to kind of come through a little bit. Really nice, pour, I would say. It's has a lot of full flavors. The fact that it's non-chill filtered and barrel proof, all of that really, you can tell that it's a really nice quality, bourbon. Would have no problem sitting down and sipping on this. The one thing I would allow this to do is definitely open up a little bit. So that's what I'm kind of hoping a little bit as we kind of, go through the review, that it opens up even a little bit more. So. Maybe a slight bit of dryness to it, but the one thing I really keep coming back to with this is the amount of citrus that's on this. It's really, really citrus forward. So if you like something, I guess, to try to describe this in a nutshell, it's got a really nice spice to it. There's that citrus factor. There's still some of the barrel influence that's there. So you're hit with not only some of the sweet right away, but that kind of starts to transition into a little bit more of the spice and the oak. So you get a little bit of a wave of some different things regarding what it is you're tasting. So for me, I think it offers a lot, really in a bourbon and or, a younger one. So, don't think because it's 4 years old that it's going to taste super young. I think this offers an awful lot for a 4-year age stated, bourbon. But again, finish wise on this, I would say you're probably, at least into the medium, maybe even a little bit longer. And again, you're left with that citrus, some of the barrel that's there, slight bit of dryness, not a lot, but it's a really, really, nice, bourbon. So I hope that a lot of people have an opportunity to get this and or try it and see if it's something that you really enjoy. So again, this is the Mic Drop 3.0 from PM Spirits. Again, this is 112.2 proof, 56.1% ABV, non-chill filtered, and bottled at barrel proof. So with that being said, so like, subscribe, leave some comments if this is something that you've had the opportunity to either try or buy the bottle. Let me know your thoughts on that, and always interested to hear everyone's thoughts regarding the whiskeys that I'm reviewing. So also, if you're interested in supporting the channel, you can through my Patreon page, which I'll have linked in the description below. So as always, I appreciate everybody watching the review, and hopefully we'll see you again next time. So with that being said, and like I say, it's about the journey and not the destination. Cheers.